Hey guys, welcome to the first vlog for Bungy World Tour. I just want to make it a quick video just to explain the whole concept of the idea, how I came up with it and that sort of thing. These vlogs are going to be pretty regular. I'm not going to say a week or fortnightly. It's going to be probably about fortnightly, maybe weekly once the planning actually gets started. Basically what it is, it's a trip literally around the world to jump all AJ Hackett bungees worldwide in one trip. Came up with the idea a couple of weeks ago when I was sitting at home one day and thought I want to do something big. I need something to take my mind off a recent breakup. And it started with the concept of going to Macau from Sydney for basically a day, flying to Hong Kong, catch the ferry over to Macau, do the jump in there, the highest bungee in the world, currently at 233 meters from Macau Tower, and then get back on the ferry, come home. That was told to me by multiple friends that that's a dumb idea. So obviously I thought, let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. So that grew and grew and grew in my mind until I realized, I've done a couple of AJ Hackett bungees in New Zealand, all of them except for one. And that didn't sit right with me, so I had to at least complete that. Add in Macau Tower, and it was close enough to doing them all that why not do all of them in one trip. Massive trip. It's going to take about 6 weeks to complete. The plan at the moment, and it will change, is in August next year, 2017. Start in Queenstown for approximately a week, where do the 3 there. We've got a 43 meter, a 50 meter, I think, and the Nevis of 134 meters over about 2 days, maybe once, maybe twice each, depending on how I feel, and probably a little bit of snowboarding too, since it's going to be in the snow season there. From there we'll fly up to Auckland, do the jump of Auckland Bridge, then fly out of there to Paris. Now Paris has always been a dream of mine to see Paris, spend some time in Paris, so maybe about 5 days there. No jumps there, that's just going to be pure sightseeing and spending time in Paris. Then a day trip around to Normandy for the 61 meter jump in Normandy, which looks amazing, I must say. From Normandy, again, a little bit more sightseeing, over to St. Petersburg for about 3 or 4 days, down to Russia for the same, and then down to Sochi for what will be the 3rd biggest jump of the trip, 207 meters at AJ Hackett Sky Park there. We've also got a 69 meter one there. From there, fly back to Moscow. From Moscow out to Shanghai, probably. These plans have been changed very, very recently. So Shanghai will be, the actual trip, the actual bungee is about an hour and a half flight north and then an hour drive northwest to what will at the time be the biggest bungee in the world, 260 meters from a bridge overlooking a canyon. Currently the highest bridge bungee in the world is in South Africa at 216 meters. It eclipses the current Macau highest tower by the highest bungee in the world, the Macau Tower, by about 25 meters. So that should be an experience and a half. From there, we're off to Hong Kong, over to Macau, do the Macau Tower, stay in Hong Kong, Macau for about a week, and then from there we go to Singapore for what will be the next bungee that opens for AJ Hackett, from what they've told me, 50 meters in Sentosa. And then from Sentosa on to Cairns for the last stop of the day. The plan there is to literally spend a whole day bungeeing. So that'll be a nice trip there from the 50 meters, the 50 meter jump there, which, fun fact, was the first purpose-built bungee tower in the world. Actually the second commercial bungee in the world, if I'm correct. The first one being in Queenstown. So that's the trip for now. It's possible to change. It is nearly 14 months away. Nothing has really been organised. Can't organise the flights yet. Don't want to organise any accommodation until I can get the flights. Visas. The only one I'm really worried about visas is Russia. The whole thing seems to be a bit of a not quite sure how the whole thing works. A bit of a drama, a bit of a lengthy process, but I'll keep you up to date on that. To make the trip a little bit different, a little bit bigger, a little bit more exciting. I'm in talks with AJ Hackett, and they seem interested so far. No commitments, nothing committed yet. It's all based around building a social media follower. So, there's a Facebook page, Bungy World Tour, Instagram @Bungy World Tour, YouTube page where this will be up and then shared from there. Again, Bungy World Tour, a blog on WaylandMurphy.com. I am looking at setting up BungyWorldTour.com, but that may take time and just me actually be bothered to actually do it. When I'm on the trip or close to the trip, I'll be starting up a Snapchat and that sort of thing. So social media will be covered. So if you're watching this video and you don't already, like them all, search Bungy World Tour on whatever social media concept you're on at the time, and chances are that I'll be there. I have been asked a couple of times about the what I want to get out of the trip and why I'm doing the trip. Basically, the first drive behind the trip was to give myself something to deal with this breakup. I know myself that I tend to allow myself to go into a bit of a spiral, so I didn't want to do that this time. And so I just needed something, and the Macau Tower trip, and it sort of built from there. As far as I want to get out of it, I haven't done anywhere near as much travel as I want to do. So this will cover off that. I haven't done the big trip that a lot of people have done. So this is it, and I had 15 years up until 2013 where I had no holidays at all. So since 2013, there's been 3 trips to New Zealand, trip to Canada, 2 trips to Canada, a couple of little trips in there, but this will by far be the biggest one that I've actually done, and much bigger at that. So the travel thing, and it's about doing something that is different. Not many people would go on literally a world tour purely to do bungee, purely from one brand. There are other bungees out there, but AJ Hackett is the original, and as far as I'm concerned, they're the best. And that's a story to tell. It's a great concept. I love the idea of it. Traveling around the world, doing all these things. It's not going to be just confined to bungee. There's maybe skydiving, ziplining, there's snowboarding in Queenstown. If I find something that looks adventurous, looks a bit an extreme bungee type thing, then obviously the swings with AJ Hackett and that sort of stuff will come along with it. So just to have that story to tell, have that unique thing that chances are no one would even think of doing, and having that under my belt, it's given me a reason to sort of get back to fitness and being active and all that sort of stuff. Some of you might know I did teach group fitness for many years, and sort of got out of that and put the weight on, and all the stuff that comes with that. So a new start, and we'll see how that goes. The idea is to at some point jump shirtless just because I can and say that I've done that as well. It's going to be a very big trip of firsts, and I did this and I did that, and something to look back at and think, wow, I did that. So that's basically the concepts behind it and what I want to get out of it. The AJ Hackett thing is also a big thing. I really want to collaborate with AJ Hackett, just to collaborate with them and be in it with them, considering it's their bungees and they're the whole reason that I'm going and doing the trip. So that's that. So, but again, that's all about the social media. So check that out, share, like, comment, all that stuff you do on social media. That'd be great if you could do that. But yeah, that's about it. Just a quick rundown about what I'm planning at the moment. There'll be more coming up. But yeah, anything you want to ask, hit me up on the social medias, comment on the blog. I'll see you soon. Time to bounce.